called to the booth. We're talking AFC East today. The Dolphins looking dangerous. Is the AFC East going to send 3 to the playoffs? Paul, drop that beat.
Now that the world is getting close to being back opened, I know a lot of people are going to be enjoying their summers. Make sure you stick with us these next 4 episodes of AFC Preview. We'll start today with the AFC East, but before we do that, Aqib, this co-host was outside this weekend for the first time in a long time.
Yes, sir.
As a vaccinated human to be outside again.
Yes, sir.
And there's a rule that I follow very strictly, is snitches get stitches. So I'm not going to say who I saw outside, but it did want me to question you. What do you do when you want to go outside and have a good weekend or have a good night out? Because I did see one NFL player this weekend living his good life as he should have. But
right.
There's certain protocol. You got to move differently when you're a caliber player or a caliber athlete, a person like you are.
Yeah, I don't really know their restrictions. I don't really know, I ain't a player no more, so I don't really know their rules. But myself, Harrison, I'm vaccinated, man. I'm 2 shots in, you know what I'm saying? So my protocol is light. I'm going to keep some hand sanitizer in the car, wear a mask. That's it for me. That's my only rules right there, man. So I'm in Texas, man. Texas has been open for a while. And me and the fam, we've been vaccinated for a while. So, man, we just trying to just live, man. We kind of live. We keep that hand sanitizer on, man. We keep a mask on, man. We just try to go like that.
Well, yeah, that's good. Good for you guys. But more in general, just like as an athlete, because candid cameras out there, paparazzi's out there, fans are taking photos of you. So I'm just curious, like when you try to go out, like when you were an athlete, like yes you can go out, right? But you have to be. You ain't trying to get caught. You're not trying to get caught up being too crazy, right? Because I would assume you don't want that negative headline that might come with it if you play poorly the next game or something. We all remember the boat incident with OBJ.
Exactly.
You never forget
it. you know that the camera's never going off, right? So you just gotta be a pro at all times, man. So even when you out and about and you know them cameras on, you just gotta be nice and neat. Just don't go there, man. And then when you got the people around you, gotta help you out too. If you do get a little too loaded, they gotta be there to bring you in and keep you from making them headlines.
For sure. You gotta play it smart. There was a strong contingent of people who were playing bodyguard this weekend, and I know it was appreciated from said party. With that being said, let's talk some actual football. We're going to look at that AFC East, as I mentioned before. Let's look at some win over-unders, and I want you to tell me what your best bet is before we look at all the teams in general. Right now, Vegas has the Buffalo Bills, last year's team who made it to the AFC Championship before losing, at 11 wins. The Miami Dolphins at 9 wins. Last year, they had a 10-win season. The Patriots, revamped roster, all that money that Bill spent, 9 wins. And the New York Jets, new quarterback Zach Wilson, new head coach Robert Saleh, 6.5. What is your best bet that you see there?
I see a couple good bets in this division, man. I think this is going to be the division in the AFC that send 3 teams to the playoffs, man. So I think the Patriots over 9. That's a great bet. I think that'd be over 9, double-digit wins. I think the Bills over 11. I think the Bills might have the best record in the AFC. They that type of team. Them and the Chiefs, they'd be 1 and 2 seeds. So I think that's to be the 1 or the 2 seed. You're gonna have over 11 wins, especially with 17 games. Yeah, you have over 11 wins. So I like the Bills over 11, and I like the Dolphins over 9. Man, the Dolphins gonna be dangerous. I think they're gonna slide in. They're going to slide in probably that 7th seed, man. I think the Dolphins take the 7th seed with like 11 wins, maybe 10, maybe 11 wins. I'm going to limb and say 11 wins. So that's 3 bets right there, Harrison. I like all 3 of them.
Okay. Well, let's start with the top of the division, as you would say. Then the Buffalo Bills. Actually, news came out today that Stephon Diggs has restructured his contract. That could mean they could be in the market to get somebody like a Zach Ertz. Maybe a Julio. Who knows how that turns out. Mitch Trubisky is in as the backup quarterback for Josh Allen, who last year was, in my opinion, the MVP. They made a run at J.J. Watt during this offseason, did not get him. As you look at their roster, I would assume that the pass rush is still where you'd want them to improve or have a better showing than they did last year? Or am I missing that? Is there somewhere else where they need to get better at?
I think pass rush, man. They needed some youth on them D ends, man. They got some old vets up there who could hold it down, but you need some youth, man. You need some young energy on that pass rush. So definitely that pass rush, man. That defense solid. I think on the opposite of Tre'Davious White, you know what I'm saying? They might could use a little help at that corner opposite of him. But all in all, man, I think they got a solid roster, man. That's why I think they're gonna be the first or the second seed in the AFC.
Looking forward to seeing what Emmanuel Sanders can do there at the wide receivers position now that John Brown, who was too injured too often for them, to see how he can help. And Gabriel Davis had 7 touchdown catches last year. Big time,
a lot of weapons.
Receiver. Yeah, a lot
can't
of
forget
weapons.
Cole, can't forget young Beasley neither, man. They got a bunch of weapons. I think the offense is good. Offense solid, man. The line is solid. A bunch of starters coming back. So I like Buffalo roster.
Yep, they're actually bringing back all 5 starters on the offensive line. So yeah, they should be on point. Let's go to the other team you mentioned, though, the Miami Dolphins. Year 2 for the Brian Flores era. One thing I note that I pulled up here, Aqib, and I think this is part of the reason why you probably like their wide receiver addition that they made. They had Devontae Parker average 1.7 yards of separation, which was the worst among ranking receivers all last year. Adding Jalen Waddle and Will Fuller should help that separation stat, and it seems as if Tua Tagovailoa is going to need it. I could be wrong, but I thought Ryan Fitzpatrick probably gets them in the playoffs last year versus Tua, who didn't help him get there. There were some games where he still had that learning curve.
I think Tua had a lot. He had a lot to do with them winning last year, but it was hand in hand. He kind of did the beginning of the game. Fitzpatrick kind of handled late in the game, the 2-minute situations like that. So I don't know. I think they'll be up to speed, man. A little bit more speed around him, a couple more weapons around him, and another year, like he said, he admitted it that he wasn't all the way there with the playbook last year. So a full year in that playbook, a full offseason for them guys, man. I like them to turn that corner. I definitely like the Dolphins to turn that corner and take that 7th seed, man. It's gonna be the Colts, probably the Colts, the Dolphins, the Chargers. It's gonna be them teams fighting for that 7th seed. I think they'll get it.
The one thing that was kind of disheartening about this the offseason in general, we saw the breakup of the twins. Jason and Devin McCourty are no longer on the same team. Jason McCourty now on the Dolphins. Devin McCourty on the Patriots, which leads me to Bill Belichick's big spending spree. We saw what he did. Hunter Henry. We saw them get Matthew Judon. What was the best move you saw this offseason from them?
From
Mac
the Patriots?
Jones, obviously, at quarterback, too. Yeah.
I love the Judon pickup, man. Just that interior, bro. Who else they pick up in his interior? Let me look at it. Guy.
They got Christian Barmore.
Yeah, Big Anderson, gotcha. And I'm saying I just like what they did up front, man. I think they revamped their whole D-line basically, and that's a unit. They revamped the whole unit. They trenches, man. That's huge. And on the O-line, man, they brought some big hitters in on that O-line too. So, man, I just like what they did with their trenches.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very exciting. No, they also get back Dante Hightower as well at the linebacker spot. Wide receivers, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. You still bring back N'Keal Harry. You still bring back Jacoby Myers. Going to be a very, very interesting season. And with that said, Aqib, question, who ends the season as a starting quarterback for the New England Patriots?
Cam Newton.
Why?
Cam. I'm gonna ride with Cam. Cause I think with a defense around him, send some more weapons around him, tight ends, receivers. Don't let them land Julio. If they land Julio, it's over with. But even without Julio, just more weapons around him. I think that'll open the run game. They won't be so one-dimensional. Last year they ran the ball great, but they were just one-dimensional. They really couldn't throw the ball like that. So I think you open the offense a little bit more for Cam, man. I think he'll be a little bit healthier this year as well. And I like Cam. I like Cam to keep it, man. It's a fast game. It's hard for them young guys to hop in and take a job like that, especially when it's a guy like Cam, man. He's an ultimate pro. he gonna do everything right. He gonna in practice he gonna look like a stud, man. And that's not even the Cam that you're gonna see in the game. So as long as Cam is healthy, I like him to end the season as a starter.
We're going to get some odds here in a little bit to win the division, AFC, or the Super Bowl, but we have to talk about Julio Jones. Made all the rage last week, was put on the phone on national TV and talked about it, was wearing paraphernalia from other teams and got seen on camera. You got grown men from other teams campaigning for him to be on the squad multiple times through multiple avenues. Aqib, when we first talked about Julio, you said the move wouldn't make sense just based off what they did in the draft and things of that nature. Has your thinking changed?
Nah, it still don't change for me. I don't understand it as far as Atlanta, as far as the Falcons, man. From their point of view, I don't really understand it. They probably gonna get a second round pick from him, for him, and a decent player, a cool player. He's not gonna be Julio, but wherever Julio go, I understand it for that team. They gonna win, man. If you gotta prepare for Julio, man, it automatically make you a better offense if a team got to prepare for Julio Jones. So the team who get him going to win, and I don't really see how the Falcons going to win in this situation.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for sure, and I know they were actually upset at Fox for airing that because it changed. It might change their negotiating position. But to be fair to Shannon Sharp, you got a job to do. So
yeah, he got a job to do with that. Julio could have tweeted that. He could have tweeted, "I'm out of there," and that's gonna change it too. So I mean, hey, they don't got nothing to do with the business. The business gonna be the business, man.
As a DB, you talk about preparing for Julio. How do you defend Julio?
You gotta double him. You need a safety looking at him. You gotta have somebody playing up underneath, somebody playing on top. If you playing man, you gotta double him. If you play zone, then he gonna get his. As long as he got a good quarterback who can make the right reads. He gonna kill you in zone, so just gotta double him, man. He's one of the few guys in the league who you gotta double.
Cool. And with that being said, Paul, hit us with some odds before we get out of here, please.
All right, Keith. So we got some odds in the division. So the Bills are the favorite at -155. Dolphins are +320. Patriots are +360. We won't even mention the Jets. Are there any of those teams do you think give the Bills a run, or what do you like as the best bet to win the East?
Safe bet, man. Ride with the Bills. They got a nice veteran roster, a young, up-and-coming, great quarterback, man. So ride with the Bills. They'll win a division.
Okay, and then we're looking at the Super Bowl. So the Bills are 12-1 to win the Super Bowl. They made it to the AFC title game last year. The Dolphins are 30-1. The Patriots would have been unheard of in recent years, but 32-1 to win the Super Bowl.
There you go. Look, so I look at it like this. Who is the teams who could possibly beat the Bucs, the Chiefs? Well, let's get out the AFC first. Who is the teams who could beat the Chiefs, right? In the AFC, I say the Patriots, because what they did on defense, if that defense could really catch fire, that's one of the teams who could stop the Chiefs. Maybe the Ravens and the Browns, right? So if I don't pick the Chiefs to win the chip, with those kind of odds, man, you throw something light on the Patriots. They one of the teams who could beat the Chiefs. You got a chance, man. So let's ride with the Patriots winning that Super Bowl with them 32. What is it? 32-2?
32-1 plus 3,200.
32-1 odds. Oh yeah, we can ride with that. So if you hit, you winning great. If you don't hit, you ain't put too much money down, man. That's a good bet, man. Ride with the Patriots.
Ooh, I like that one for sure. While we're at it, Paul, I wonder if Vegas has gotten in on this. Is there a favorite to land Julio Jones?
There sure is.
Oh, yeah.
I believe, I looked at the other day, I believe the Titans are up there. I think the Patriots are up there.
Patriots got to be up there.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
I wonder, Aqib, who do you think is the top two favorites to land it?
Well, it got to be a winner, because, I mean, Julio said that on national TV, right? He want to win. So, I'll go probably AFC. I doubt they trade him to the NFC. AFC teams, I'll go Patriots or Titans, probably the favorite to landing.
What you got, Paul?
Patriots are the favorite at plus 450. Titans are right there at plus 500. Surprisingly, the Rams are there at plus 500 as well.
LA, baby. Hey, LA.
Matthew Stafford, Julio Jones would be.
That'd be solid, right?
That would be solid for sure. For sure. I guess we'll all monitor and see what happens with Julio Jones, and we'll monitor and see what happens in the AFC East.